Apart from the Jinyami symbols, which are African symbols, can we see its significance in the Christian religion?
Ntutu sasawi asajam bibi nyame no piesi a obi ni mu abosio obi ni wanim obi ni wachi ampara wo yo nyame wo yo kese mo nyame wo yo kese wasaji fo.
Symbols are a common language. I would say, the early orthographies of humanity, where hieroglyphic symbols in the Egyptian pyramids, which are still available, and then the African also had the same urge to come out with some orthography, and I would call these symbols as the early orthographic works of the African. The Adinkra symbols that we now have about 100 plus.
Abob ma frenya mi makatache uyo sajifo bo nyame uyo kase wasajifo oni bie nyame makatache.
This symbol, for example, this one.
Okay.
Funtumreku Lenchemreku, which means the crocodile that has two legs, 2 arms, 1 tummy. We struggle as individuals, as children of God. We scramble over the resources that God has given us and fight each other, but it goes into one stomach. So it was the need for us to be fighting over the resources that God has given us. And it's also a symbol of partnership. We should rather learn to partner. We should learn to collaborate. We should learn to share, because in the end, if you feed somebody and you also have something, you all survive. You don't get at each other's necks. And then this one is Fiankra. Fiankra. This is a symbol of a house. A symbol of a house.
Okay.
And it stands for security. The Buin people, known as the Leleni speakers, they call a house Oton. Oton, which means the first thing in life. Something which is Oton, which means that the thing which is most prized. And the African prizes his home, values his home. Say Okona Nyeya, Sambra, Rafi. So a ho means something that receives you and protects you. A house in which people live. When it's raining, you run there. When it's too hot, you run there. When somebody is attacking you, you run there. It's that which receives you and gives you security. And the Akan symbol, which is here known as Fiankra, means that a Fie Hankra, which means the protective home where you enter. And incidentally, in the middle, you can see a cross. In the middle of it, you can see a cross. The Christian value here is that the cross of Jesus is our home.
Wow.
It's our final home, our final destination. Don't miss the cross. Christ went on the cross to save you. So don't let him go there a second and third time. This is Uwu Akide. Uwu Akide. Now, nobody wants to talk about death. And nobody wishes death for anyone. Even God himself in Ezekiel 18 says that he doesn't take pleasure in the death of a bad and evil person. He wants people to repent. But the philosophy here in Akan and Guan or every ladder of death means that we are all going to climb this ladder, whether we like it or not. Nobody is going to turn into a stone or live forever and ever. It is appointed unto man to die once, and after that is judgment. That's what Christian Bible also says. This is the symbol of death, and the Akan knows that death is inevitable. The Ewe knows that death is inevitable. The Guan knows that death is inevitable. The European knows that death is inevitable. But how we prepare ourselves to meet it matters. You can start life and go up. It is also said that the dry leaves can drop and the green leaves may also drop. How do you say it in Ewe?
Amapa mumona toge, amapa kufuachina toge.
Okay. Haba mono etumete ena nia awo yenso etumete. So death is there for everyone, every one of us. Simply a symbol of certainty and universality of death is what is here. So if you are alive and you forget about the fact that you are human and that you may die, you may be doing funny things and wasting your time. But the conscious remembrance and recollection of the fact that there's a time you die even helps you to plan. It must help you to be humble and also help you to accept life as a gift. That is it.
So that also means that a death is kind of a progress. It's a stepping stone to something greater.
Oh yes, it sends you to eternity.
Okay. Okay.
This one. Nyami nwu na mawu. Nyami nwu na mawu.
Maumaku na maku.
Even there is a plant.
Yeah.
A small plant, a crippling plant known as Nyami biwu na sana mawu. And that plant is believed to give life to a dying person.
Wow.
If you put it on your pillow, or you drink it, or you boil it and drink, most of the deadly diseases that leads people to death are intercepted, remedied, and cured. Those of us who are good at plant medicine will definitely add a bit of it to our plants. And so this is the symbol of Nyame Nwu Namawu, which means if God is eternal and He created us in His own image, we also have a sense and power of eternity in us. Ours is just to draw onto God's eternity in time of sickness, in time of sorrow, in time of disaster. You don't give up and hang yourself and say that, oh, it's finished. Nothing is finished because God is in control. And Job said it after all his children were destroyed, all his property was destroyed, all his farms were destroyed, all his animals were destroyed. He said, I know
my Redeemer. And though my skin won't destroy this body, yet in my flesh shall I see God.
That is it. So if you look at it, God won't die for me to die.
But why this visual representation?
It's bone cross bone.
Okay.
Bones is a symbol of death, but God doesn't die. So death cannot scare you because you are in God. The one who lives in me is greater than the one that lives in the world. Is in the world.